Top Australian rugby coaches meet in Sydney to find ways to topple All Blacks. Top Australian rugby coaches meet in Sydney to find ways to topple All Blacks. Wallabies coach Michael Cheika was among a number of Australian rugby coaches who met to try and figure out how to dethrone the All Blacks. How do you beat the All Blacks? Australia's top rugby coaches are in the midst of a meeting in Sydney to try and figure that out. Reported by the Daily Telegraph, the meeting, which was convened by Australian Rugby Union high-performance heads Ben Whittaker and Rod Kafer, saw Michael Cheika and the Wallabies coaching staff in attendance, along with coaches, football staff and high-performance bosses of the 4 Australian Super Rugby teams. The men's and women's Australian Sevens programs were also present. Their goal: to overcome the All Blacks and return Australian rugby to the top of the world. The meeting comes after the Australian Super Rugby teams failed to get a victory against New Zealand opposition all season, and the Wallabies were dispatched twice in succession for a 15th straight Bledisloe Cup defeat. Whittaker said there was a real consensus that the best way for Australia to begin to turn the tide against New Zealand was to work together. I think there is a real willingness and motivation from everybody here to open up and share so they can all be better, he told the Daily Telegraph. The competition isn't here. Ultimately the competition is outside, it's overseas. For everybody, whether it be Super Rugby, Sevens or Wallabies. We had a great example of sharing earlier this year where we basically shared training load and playing load data for all of our Super Rugby players, to all of our super clubs. They agreed to that with us. After the 2017 Super Rugby season and another Bledisloe Cup loss, Whittaker said the growing unity in Australia could provide some hope for the future. One of the metaphors we've used is maybe we're sort of a little bit low in the pool at the moment, but we've got a great opportunity to push off the bottom and shoot through to the surface, he said. Again, that's easy to say. We've got to action that now.